Recording in progress.
Oh, there we go. Almost on time here. What time? Oh, we are. I'm late. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to go a minute over to make sure. Sorry about that. Uh, anyway, let me get this set up so it doesn't look so cockeyed.
I have a really quick
no,
question.
that's me. That's what's looking weird. Well, I hope everybody had a good Halloween. Stuff. I'm still wearing my outfit from yesterday. So yeah. The starving artist look. It always is, you get a lot more candy that way. Thanks for joining. Last week we worked on this dog here. I did do a second video and send it out on how I did the finish on it. And that's pretty much where it is. I haven't touched it since the last of that video. So I liked it a lot. I thought the front face was, came out pretty good. You guys who did show me your paintings and stuff really came off really quite nice. You guys really nailed the head like I was talking about. That's what we were working on a lot of. And then trying to get the atmosphere going on in the background, really making it really kind of nondescript. I think I do have a couple little things I'd like to make cross out back there. And that's one of the things too about visualizing these paintings at the end. Yeah, you got a spot like this in the background. A lot of times it is nothing more than, crossing it out. Just rubbing it out for it doesn't, pull the eye there and stuff. So just sometimes your eyes see symbols and using them as things to move your eye around and not look at things like. So basically, just crossing out that mark probably would be a good idea. So anyway, I will be doing that. I'm going to put it over here. In fact, now do it later. All right. There. Oh boy, one of those days already. Anyway, thanks again for joining on. So here we go. We're going to be painting a little water scene today, a little harbor scene. Let's see this harbor. I think this was in Charleston and stuff. I was there a few years ago, and I was right by the harbor and just walking out in the mornings, taking lots of pictures. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a good, decent picture to work off of. This one has some nice shadows in it. That's what I kind of liked about it. I think I like the coolness, the strength of the shadows, and I like some of the coolness in this one boat here. I think that's really what made me go, yeah, that's something worth painting. Of course, I haven't painted. That was years ago, and of course, it was put it right in my files to paint. And a couple of years later, I'll get to it. That's the way things go. I just don't, you get excited about things right away, And it's sometimes tough to just keep that excitement going and getting and deciding to put it up on the board. So here we go. Yeah, nice boats. I really, like I said about the lighting, I really liked it. Values, you can see this one pretty simple. Everything low and in the shadows are going to be down here around eights and nines, maybe just sevens, even in these shadows here, in these brighter ones and stuff. They're going to be, well, they're not going to be any more than probably six. But six in a light value and stuff is pretty nice. I mean, that's really gives you some nice structure. So basically, we should be able to get all the structure from these from the shadows up here in front, and there's going to be some shadows back, of course, back in here, details and such back there that are going to be a little more nondescript. I'm going to focus probably right into here. Well, it's going to come. Sorry, it's going to come right up into here. But yeah, yeah, it's going to come there. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this, going, yeah, it's going to be here no matter what. It's always going to end up coming here, just because you got straight edges, you got squares, you got things really, uh, things that are going to draw your eye in. You got the highlights. You got some of the brightest lights right here. You got some of your darkest darks right here. Those are always going to pull your eye. And you do have in boats and things like this, you do get a lot of light on these things, and they're usually white, so they're going to even be brighter. So even when these boats back here, even if they're distance, they're still going to catch a lot of light, and there's the contrast of the shadows underneath it. They could pull forward pretty easily. So we're going to have to cheat those guys back. What I mean by cheating back is toning them down a little bit so the whites aren't the same as the whites we're going to use in the front. So we can make a good value change. So these guys in here really can cut you away from back in there. So that's what I'm going to look at value wise. Even the sky is light. I mean, the sky is really nothing more than a 3, maybe to 3.5. And then this guy over here, this guy is going to steal a lot of attention just because of these floats on it. And this guy has floats too, but just because where they are, they're circles, and they are, cut, sharp. So one of the things about painting and stuff, you got to pick out your edges. Your edges are always going to also tell the viewer where to look because of sharpness in your stroke. So when you have a sharp edge around anything like this, it's going to draw the eye down there. And if you don't want it there, you got to soften this edge. So think about softening these edges here on this boat. So especially anything on the edges of a painting, keep them soft so you don't take the viewer off your painting. Bring them back to yours. Everything's pointing nicely back into the painting. So don't ruin it by drawing their eye down here and basically taking them off your painting. Same thing over here on the other side of the boat too. Okay, color wise, yeah, the colors is just so beautiful in this thing. I this water right here. I think the water is so interesting, and usually if I can paint the water simply and cleanly, the rest of the painting, can take care of itself. It seems it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff back in here that are just going to be little scratches and marks, and that's all I want them to be. Up here we got the big shapes. The big shapes we need to take care of, but in the water, if we can get this flowy edge to it, don't get too caught up with what's in that reflection. Just catching some of the colors and things like that in it and little spots. And every once in a while, you got to look at waves, small little waves and ripples that are just going to, make a dent in those reflections. And that's all it is. It's so simple. And usually when we're painting wet into wet, that's the perfect time to do it. Because it's going to come out real natural. If you wait and paint it when it's dry, you got it can be done. It's just more work, and doesn't seem as just more work. I mean, yeah, you can make it perfect, but I'd rather have it seamless as I'm painting. Yeah, some beautiful little lights here going on in here against the boat. Little teeny spots of light. Very interesting. Should be real nice to paint, with a nice synthetic. Really should be able to cut these areas out really quite clean. One of the most tougher little areas probably in the painting will be right in here, probably right in those windows, making sure that these windows feel like they're windows instead of you can see through them. I mean, you can fog these things up as much as you want. You could do this a few different ways. I mean, there's always the way of letting it dry and glazing them if you had to. But there's also, we'll just tone them down. Basically, we'll put a tone in there. Everything else back in here we'll paint normally at the same time. In here, we'll put a tone in there, maybe that purple in there, and then paint into it. And that tone will just grab every color we're going to be using. So it's going to tone itself. It's the easiest way to do it. And I always find the easiest way to do it is usually the right way to do it. Because if you take the hard way to do everything, you'll never get done with a painting. You never do it. Certain little things I'm going to look at changing on it. I think these buildings back here are stealing some thunder. These square buildings back in here, I think they're just a little, they should be there. I mean, they can be there, but I think they're just coming into the painting a little bit too far. I would probably get rid of this building back in here. One second. This building back in here, I get rid of this guy. We'll delete him, and just do this building probably into it. And, the angle should still take us in. It's going to hit that angle is going to hit a lot of little things coming back here anyway. And then you're going to have a lot of strength coming back. Sorry. To help the design to keep the viewer inside your painting. So I think we don't need that building. And if nothing, I think I'd rather have the masts of the boats back there. Keep it cleaner. Just simpler. That way, you're really going to end up focusing on this guy. Even though I said at the beginning we're going to end up focusing, because I was just starting to look at this again, going, "Yeah, I really like the lights on these bumpers and stuff like that." But that is also connected to the light on that guy. Yeah, these bumpers here and then the light here. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. So,
what about the wetsuit, James?
Oh, did I say anything? Did I notice it? Do I see anything? It's one of those things that you can work all day on that thing, and then people go, "Is that a person? What is that?" It's one of those little things that just you might not be able to get, make it work right. I don't mind it, wetsuit. Yeah, you can put it in there, but I just don't. I would indicate it, but I'm not going to put it in. Maybe not even that far. Well, the shit. If I do, I'm just sorry. just moving the arm over that far, going, well, then as soon as you do that, it's a person. So the wetsuit, I just don't give it any love. That's what I'm trying to say. Is just it can be there and it can be hung up like that. Just try not to, focus on it. So maybe values around it. Make sure that they're not. There's nothing there that's going to draw your attention. So you don't have any, super bright ones. You got, even got that one, but that one's at least pointing. So just keep it simple. Keep it soft, if nothing else, too. Watch your edges. Keep your sharp edges against this guy. You keep them over here. It's a little softer, like I said, on these guys, especially this guy. Painting edges, yeah. Just they tell you exactly where to go to in the painting. So keeping those guys moving and a soft blend, will work. Yeah, they'll help moving things. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, wetsuit's not important. Definitely, taking the building out probably would be a smart thing to do. So let's try to do the smart thing and then work on everything else. Got enough to work on. And this guy's sitting here talking like crazy. Get where you need to work. Any questions? Okay. Well, I'll see you guys next week. You guys are on your own.
No.
I'm not painting this thing. Okay. Okay. Let's go over. Let's go over. Where'd my stuff go? Replace spotlight. Okay. Boy, the lights. I'm gonna have to get some new lights. These things are looking a little dim. Yeah, could be brighter. Anyway, the kit for this one, yeah, definitely will need some synthetics. I do a lot of my work with a big brush. This sharp brush will probably come in really handy. This little big one today for a lot of those boats. Nice synthetics, couple of variations, be good. Bristles are always nice to have too, especially with the boats in the back. Sometimes it's just a change of brush. A brush that's not going to give you a cutout edge like a synthetics do. Colors for this painting. They're going to be, we got titanium white. You got cad yellow light. Cad red light. And cad orange. I got regular ochre out. Can you believe that? I have regular ochre out. My paint's all dried up. I had to scrape a bunch of them off, so that's found my ochre. This is a light oxide red, or you could have Terra Rosa here, or even Venetian. Or even Indian reddish. Might be a little dark, but it'll work too. Here, if you have Lucerne Crimson or Rose Madder Deep, you are Rembrandt colors. Cobalt Blue Hue by Utrecht. That's this one. Or it can be French ultramarine will work too. Phthalo green on the blue side. Viridian might work too. And we got transparent oxide up here, or red oxide. Transparent red oxide. Transparent red oxide is just like burnt sienna, but just a little yellower and cleaner. So it feels a little cleaner.
James, can you run through that one more time? Not slowly, just make sure I got it.
Sure, one
Thank
second.
you.
Okay. You got titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, cad orange, yellow ochre, Terra Rosa or light oxide red, or even Venetian, alizarin crimson, um, cobalt blue hue, or this could be a bit of French ultramarine, phthalo green on the blue side, blue shade they call it, and transparent oxide red. Okay. So looking at this photo here, lots of it, almost a good third of it is water. And it's basically this gradation from this darker blue green to a light green. That light greens can easily be tinted a little bit to make the blue on this boat here and up into the shades, into the sky. So we can. It's going to take definitely could take a lot of this painting and get it out of our way pretty quickly. But that being said, if we really, there's a lot of colors that are going to come out of this. Going to have to go into these waters here, these reflections and stuff. Reflections again, things reflecting into things. Brights are going to drop at least one step. Darks are going to reflect lighter. So a lot of dark, a lot of light colors going into the water here. So they're going to go just a little darker than what they are out here. So we're going to go with start off with some alizarin and phthalo green. So go with alizarin and phthalo green. This is one of just my go-to colors. Definitely got to have these in there. These make up the beautiful purples that grayed out purples in the painting. So we got that purple and that green definitely going to be in this water. They can go really nicely in this water. They play really well with some of these other colors. Looking again into the water, if I can get the watercolors, everything else is going to be a cake. And the watercolors are not that difficult. Going to go again with phthalo green though, and I'm going to go with this light oxide red or Terra Rosa color. Bring that in. This is that warm color that's going to be in the water here. Probably you can find it almost for that yellow stripe here reflecting in on the red side when you have more red into it. And then you'll find it on the green side here. Pretty much everything else. Probably a little value-wise, basically when we add white to it, these colors should behave and go right down, become the right things. Right now, of course, we're at the dark stages. So that should take care of a lot of that stuff. I'm going to do a few other ones too. I'm going to definitely do phthalo green and blue. Let's get this out of the way. That should be probably a lot of the water. and into the sky. I think I have too much phthalo out. I don't think I'll ever, this blue is not that strong. I don't think I'll ever get any blue to show up against that much phthalo. Even this much phthalo, blue kind of peters out. Starts to show up really quickly. It's easy to grab it from that pile, fix it. So that'll stay. See that gets that color, kind of a rich, warmer color. And then this one, I'll get the a lot of this other grayed out colors. I should be able to get a lot of this rest of this area done. Um, gonna do a couple more with the blue, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do blue and cad red light. I'm looking for a really kind of a warm red color. It's just a little different than this, a little bit warmer. This would be on the blue side. It'll be, these guys will kind of go down to some kind of, I think they're going to be some nice grayed out purples for some shadows. Probably not this for this value right here, but when I, add some white to them, I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to be the shadows. And they could do a lot of the boats back there. You might even get these windows value out of those that color. I'm thinking now. Definitely could go into sides of boats too. Definitely going to be there. Okay. All right. It's worth keeping. Okay. So those are my darks for the painting. The lights are going to come on their own. We need a couple specialty colors. I'm not going to worry about the red in these bumpers or on the edges of this boat. Anything red and stuff, definitely we can. It's an easy thing. The orange here, um, definitely you just need. Basically, we're going to make one orange. We're going to put orange out. Cad orange light or cad orange, sorry, and just put a touch of phthalo green into it. I'm talking touches. Well, bring it in slowly. This will get me right to the color pretty much without trying to kill it. This one too far already. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that. Just basically knock this cat orange off its basically base a little bit. That'll be good enough. And then this one, just a touch more green to it for the shadows. Always going to be. Oh boy, that came close. That's in there, but I'm not. It's not the. Did not turn the right one I thought it would be. It's going to be cad red. I'm looking for these shadows right in here underneath here, and it's going to be cad red and green. Sorry. Not, it's one or the other usually. Use all my cad red. I just put out too much green. That'll be my dark, I think. I'm not gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that my dark. And I'm gonna split this pile and add more cad red to it. That's got me close. That's getting me close. going to be both these guys, probably right in between. I'll be able to put this mostly in here, bring this on top of it. Yeah. That's going to be a little bit of both these colors together, which would be fun. You know, then it'll be probably more this color or something, or, you know, this will be on the boat. This will be in the shed, in the water. This will be pretty much on the boat. This will be in the water, reflecting. That's my plan. Let's see how it sticks to it. Okay. You know, there are some yellow greens and stuff back there, but that yellow green is the ugliest boat color. Uh, we'll see what else we can make with it. Okay. I'm going to try and keep this kind of simple because it's going to get complicated when we do a lot of the whites coming up. So let's take these colors here and split these piles and find the medium. Yes, ma'am.
Those two colors, I had to step out of the room. Will you tell me what you mixed with the phthalo green for your very first two colors, please?
That was alizarin.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Alizarin and phthalo green. And then this is phthalo green and oxide or light oxide red. Let's see these guys. So we're really going to use a lot of colors in this one. Or at least the values from dark to light of these colors. So we're going to have to get a nice mid-tone that most of these guys can live with. And then we'll take them, see what else we get. So value-wise, if I squint down, let's go with right over here on this boat. Boat, definitely 7. Well, I'm going to go for the water instead. I'm sorry, that's 8. I'm going to go a little darker. I can always lighten these guys up. I'm going to be lightening these guys up probably, you know, close as you can get to 0 at the end. So we keep it darker, I think I'll be better off. So even this one might have went a little light. This is definitely a 7. No, that's 8. We're keeping it right there then. Yeah, that'll fit in the water really nice, this value. So I'll mix these guys up. I'm not going to make too many big changes in these guys, you know, till I get all my colors mixed a little bit. That way I can judge them a little bit. Because sometimes you're looking at these colors thinking it's going to be this color. So I want to make this color, you know, change it around to get it right. Then you find out, yeah, it's really this color over here. And I didn't need to do that. That's the green, oxide red and green. You see that's phthalo green coming out of there? This is, whoop. Yeah. Definitely could be the buildings back in here. This color could really be in that family pretty easily. This is pretty much just a touch, just a hair dark. Really We're close to 8. Oh, I did say go to 8. And that's just the blue side. Green side. So this is where I was thinking about this color over here doing a lot of this damage in this area and stuff. But now I'm seeing that this color is going to be doing a lot of damage in it too. Should help fill up that spot pretty quickly. So that's phthalo green and blue on the green side, and that's on the blue side. As you can see, when those colors come down and fade around, I should start to get a lot of nice stuff going on. And then we get some grayed out purples, more grayed out purples. Nothing new here. Whoops, got a little phthalo on my top of my brush palette there. There we go. Nice grayed out purple. This one just a little bit on the bluer side. Yeah, this could definitely, these colors here could definitely be your wetsuit into the building, into some of the boats in the background for their darks. Keeping the little things in this back area cooler will help create a lot of depth. Looking at this window and stuff, you know, I might be using these guys as my darks, just in the window, and then over here I'll have some other a little bit darker on the outsides. Should help to get the transparency idea across. Illusion, more illusion. And then these guys here, these oranges and yellows and stuff. Let's take them up. These guys are pretty much already there. We're going to take these to probably 5. These lighter colors, because the oranges, I've already taken these guys up. This might be just really close to a few things. Just not exactly sure. I think that these colors here are going to have to go way light. So we're going to be using a lot of white at the end here. These guys here, oranges, good enough. I might look at adding cad yellow to this color. Take a piece of it and add cad yellow to it. Looking at the richness of that boat, that orange. And just trying to get it. Even cad orange just by itself just doesn't seem like it's getting it. So just a little more cad yellow into it. And then just this could go definitely in the water, maybe back of the boat. You know, I'll find a place for it. Let's see what happens here. I'm not going to add much white to these colors. Well, I do. Got to make them a 7. Either 8 right now. This might give me some interesting colors again. This is where I was talking about this color. These colors being in the water. And sometimes you find out later that it's a different. If you keep mixing, you'll find out it could be a different color. So that's why you guys got to keep mixing them all. This is definitely on the red side. Oh, wow. Okay. Close. I think it's really going to be a mix going through here. Trying to find out. Yeah, I was looking at this water. I'm going to leave it. I think it needs to be just a touch greener. I don't think I need it too much at this value or this. I got them all mixed up, so now I can look at it going, this one could go just a little bit more that color, and then it can really kind of fit in this water area. That's when we mix up a few colors for it. I think that'll work right. All right. All we need now are really our highlights and, highlight colors. Definitely threes and above. We're going to be going to threes and above on the rest of these guys. Definitely want to take, I'm going to take all these colors, just take a smidgen of them over here. We're going to hit them all to about a 3. So then we're going to have to do a few brighter, even brighter than that. So you don't want to go too bright. We're going to make a little bit bigger piles for these aqua ones because of, well, one of them is definitely going to get this area. Something's going to get this area, and probably them together, or maybe it's going to be these guys. We'll end up getting the sky. But you need these values, these lights. And then we'll get these yellows and oranges. And reds. I should get really close to finishing these. I should have put those guys down a little bit farther. But we're going to just be careful. So I'm going to add enough paint, probably double the amount I have out, and see if I can go to around a 3. That's not a 3. That's really close to a 2. That's a 1. Okay, so it's not double the amount. Close to it. It's almost too white. Sometimes you get too white, it just becomes chalk. Really close to a 2. Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Not as much white as I was thinking, but then you start to get these colors that can be all over this place. Sometimes, a lot of times in these shadows, everything's gonna be cooler. Sunny days, blue shadows. So that's what we're gonna find here. A lot of phthalo green here. That one's definitely not gonna. I'll bring that one up. And then it starts to play well. I'll be able to find places for it back in here. Things like that. This is the red side of it. This is oxide. Red, it just becomes a nice gray. That's a 2. I just need a little bit darker. Close enough. Then phthalo and blue. This is the blue side. It's hoping to get that out of there. You can see how the blue didn't come through. Definitely hits the water though. Okay. So I might have to do a blue side more. This is the green side. Definitely gonna find it. Especially nautical things like this, you're gonna find this aqua color in a lot of different things and boats. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there value wise. Pretty good enough. This is blue and had red light. I was thinking I might be able to get the sky out of it if I bring it up enough. Just stealing it, slowly bringing it up. This is what puts people to sleep right here. It could be just a touch cooler, but that's pretty good. That means touch cooler, just a touch more blue into it. Just a touch more coolness into it. We're gonna leave that there. It's pretty close. Let's see what the purple side does. This just gives me so many options when I'm painting. I start to get down here, especially these shadows, these cool shadows, lots of them. And sometimes it's just a change from a warmer purple to a cooler purple. So ochres, this ochre and white, or I say ochre. Basically, it's really close to ochre. Uh, this is cad yellow, cad orange, and just a little bit of phthalo green to it. But it starts to get in here and definitely hits a lot of different areas, can go in a lot of different areas. Then the real orangey one, like, did not change too much from that. But it gets a little cleaner, just a hair cleaner. Okay, going too far. I'm gonna go here first, and then I'm gonna take these guys. These guys are definitely gonna be in part of the highlights, colors of the painting, which I'll put down here one more spot. I'll get some more gray whites here on the on the red and green, the oxide or red, cad red and phthalo green. Definitely get colors. Oh, see, you got a lot of the boat colors showing up here. So these two colors might be good to mix a little bit more of this color. Not too much. I'm going to go darker and add more, make it just a little bit bigger pile. All right. Then down in here, I'll just do my last couple colors, my highlight colors. Basically, I'm going to put out white first. Put down 4 pieces of white. One's going to be, again, cad yellow. One's going to be, have a little blue. Then I'm going to need probably a pink. And an ochre. So this first one, I'm just going to put just a touch of cad yellow in it. This would be probably my highest key color. Yeah, it's too yellow. Almost brighter. Gonna leave it there though. This one I'm just gonna add just a hair of blue to. Yeah, just a touch more than a hair. Just want to barely see it turn, have a tinge of blue to it. There's really white, really all the way up there. Just basically enough blue to make it go to 2. Really close. This is probably end up being a lot of. You're gonna be in the boats, but okay. Now we need a little pink in here, a real red. I'm gonna go with Cad Red Light, just a scratch of that. I always just see my Cad Red Light's pretty strong. Definitely could get in here. I was gonna go with ochre. This is really good for some of the back stuff. Highlights in the back here. This red here. I'm looking at this color putting it up here. Definitely had one other thing is in my monitor, it's so white I can't get to that white. So you have to push everything back just a hair. I'm gonna go with
Can you tell me what those 4 colors on the bottom are with white?
I have no idea. Right here, just white. I basically put down white first. And now I'm just adding just scratches of color to tint them up. The first one I just put in a little cad yellow. So it's cad yellow and white, just a scratch of yellow into it. Same here with this is blue. My blue, just a touch of that in it. This has Cad Red Light into it.
Mhm.
This one I put in just a transparent oxide.
Okay.
I'm going to do one more because I need this. Sometimes the pinks, sometimes a cool pink will do a little bit better job than a warm pink. So that's why I was going to go with a alizarin. This might come off just a little cooler and brighter. And sometimes just the way these guys work together, we can make get the idea of lightness. That's about it. Okay, I'll go through these colors one more time for you guys. This is what we'll live with for now. Pretty much, it should do it. It should do the job. These first colors up here were phthalo green and alizarin. Bringing them down to about a 7, 8-ish, right in between, right in there, probably in between, yeah, this should be all right. You just see enough, you start to see the color pop out really good. This one is oxide red and light oxide red with phthalo green. This is on the green side. This is on the red side. That's pretty good. Then we went with blue and phthalo green. You can see this is the blue side. This is the phthalo side. And then blue and cad red light. You got these really kind of grayed out purples. These guys and these guys work really good together. These guys are just somehow just slightly warmer than these guys, because of the cad red and grayed out. So sometimes if it's not these colors, it can be this color. And value wise, they're interchangeable the most, except for too much of this will make it feel dirty. Up here we did had orange and phthalo green, barely any phthalo green. Looking at this boat here in the front, trying to get the right combination for the contrast. You know how dark it is in this front area. Sometimes we're gonna have to over push that a little bit. So that's why I made up this phthalo green and cad red, because I could see that in there too. So it might be a combination of all these colors put together to get this little dark, but it's really simple.
Was
And
that
then-
a CAD red or a CAD red light?
A cad red light, sorry. I don't have enough. That's the only cad red I had today. This color too, probably if we punch it up with a little bit of more red into it, a lot more red into it, we'll probably get these highlights on the boat too. Knocking them down, definitely start to get some things that could be in the water. These colors definitely could be laid down here underneath the boat. For this boat, it's going to be one of these boats. It's going to be these colors going to go in, and then these guys are probably going in the other boat. A reflection in the other boat, I think. Just thinking ahead, and these guys will probably be mid tones or the shadow areas of the boats back there. So, with white, anything with white, a little bit of white into them. And then our high key colors. Basically, we took all of our colors here and laid them back down. Took these guys, put them here, and these guys 4 here we put down here. And really hit them to about a 3. That's really close. That's almost 4. That's 4. Yeah, I lied. 4. Well, that's a 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Just these two are a little dark. That's okay. And then I put out just spots of white to get the highlight colors. And we needed a few of them. I might even do, if I did one more, I'd probably just do a little phthalo. Just a little, I'm talking a little scratch of phthalo. Sometimes that, you're going to get that. It's just good to have it. While I'm here, you have phthalo green and just white stuff. You see, it doesn't pop as good as this blue, but this might go better in the background. Who knows? So phthalo green and white, cad yellow and white, cad yellow light and white. Cad yellow light and white, blue and white. This is cad red light and white, transparent oxide red and white, and then I went with alizarin white. You can see how alizarin just in white just is so cool. Sometimes it just pops, and when you mix it against some of these colors, it just starts to vibrate, and that's where you get in your eyes. You'll see white, and that's what we work with. That's what we try to do. So that's it. Only half the class left. I put everybody to sleep. Wake up! All right, we're going to be going to work here. So drawing it out and then painting it in one. We got an hour and a half. Get busy. That's all we got. It's only an hour and a half of painting. So let's get that going. Try to keep the photo in there. Bring it in as close as I can without affecting my reach here, getting involved sometimes. Tony, the color. Tony. I'm going to tone this with a light oxide red. Light oxide red, which is that Terra Rosa color. It's not the warm one. It's the cooler red, the mid one. Why? Because it's on the cool side, and we're gonna have enough warmth going into this thing. I think this I need to be a little bit on the. I want some of my shadow colors to be cooler, right? And if they're not cool, they'll go gray. They'll gray out a little bit too much. So I don't want to. And this will go good up in the sky too. If I don't, we have the color for the sky pretty cleanly. We'll see how much. Oops. Definitely want to get that out of here. Let's touch some green. Boys today. Going to be really dark at the bottom, which is good because it'll just lead you in. Really, you got everything funneling into the painting, right? Maybe that's why I liked it so much because this way it really takes the eye right into the painting. So just toning it, getting that white out of here, even though we got a lot of white in this painting. Give me something to, you know, play off of. All right, I think I got most of the oil out of it. This is a 20 by 16. 12 by 16 would have been probably the perfect size to do. Okay. Perspective wise, we're going to be going probably right about here. Boat. And what I'm doing here is getting the perspective, using this perspective. Let me bring this down a little bit and then take this one up a little bit. Going back to the same spot should work out pretty well. I gotta get this boat. I'm just gonna 1 second. Gotta get this edge here. See, even these things up here need to come down to this point I made. Kind of cheating it a little bit for you guys. Right over here, we're talking about, that suit here. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Lots of stuff. I guess I should have just done dogs in a boat. I could have done that too. So even on this boat, when you start to get the right width here, I'm just a little short on this boat, aren't I? This one needs to go up just a hair higher too. Yeah, there we go. Felt right there. So that one, that makes this one go higher too. Easy peasy, right? No, sorry, not quite as simple as I thought it was going to be, but that's the way it always is. I should come up to about, here's a window here. This window is here. It's way too short. So this guy should come up past that, almost there. What? Let go. Just a little thin on that. Yeah, I think you guys are leaning in a little bit. I got to straighten. All right. The boats in the back are going to be pretty much simple as the drag down of the brush. It's not going to be just the bow of the boat here. don't have any. I said, the building back here is just basically square. I'm not going to probably spend too much time on it. Just put it in slightly different perspective because it's way out there. And I'll just try to, not much, pull these other boats out. Another shot at it. Just a hint of boats back there. I just got to get the drawing on this one right a little bit more. Just enough. Let me get in front of it for a second. Okay. All right, we're going to do the simple parts of this stuff. Get this right, sorry. All right, let's see how far we can get. I'm going to start off my dark colors here, the alizarin and phthalo green. Just go through the darks, just like I mix them up. a lot of times I just don't want to make sure I get the structure right. And right here at the bottom, there's just a little bit of this in the water here. There's a little bit of darkness right on the edge here. Kind of fades off into a blue or green there, which will be probably the next color. Just helps to really start to settle these things. Some of the trim work and stuff has a little bit of this, could be in there, but it's a little too soon to put it in. It's tedious. It's not like a big thing. Oh, I didn't even draw these guys in. Shoot. Where these guys go? I guess they just weren't that important to me. Kind of look right past them. You know, don't worry about ropes and stuff like that. They just are gonna get in the way a little bit. So most of that stuff, this stuff is just basically touching. Anyway, you might at this point even put a little tone into this thing. That suit, boy, that suit just looked like gotten grown up a little bit big, didn't it? Should have been probably down in here. And put in that window back in here. That's why. The window in, and all of a sudden this thing kind of falls back down the right size. Yeah, like I said, don't give it any love. So make it kind of just blend in with everything else. Even these guys put a little tone. Value wise, that's all I'm looking for right now, is just getting a value into the boat. Now that this color is kind of petered out, it's almost off my, not much left in my brush. I'm going to dip it and get a little bit more. I just want to get this very bottom part of the water a little denser, a little heavier right in here. Basically because that I need contrast to get this water to come forward. And if I don't do this, it's not going to come forward. It's going to lay down. And then you lay down, that's not what I was painting. So even cheating a little bit stronger at these edge marks. Going about halfway back into the boats, or this is a big boat, halfway back. I might even run this value just up that side of that boat a little bit. Trying to get as much done with one color as I can on this point. Just give my, sometimes it'll be enough even sometimes just to give this guy just a little bit of light already. Making sure idea of make sure that these shadows line up a little bit. If I get this out of the way, sometimes it just speeds everything else up. All right, so that's that's pretty good. Let's go with the green side of this. Like I said, the green side definitely going to come in down here at the bottom of the boat here, underneath the water. It's okay to be outside the lines too. Especially when you're doing water, because it's going to give you that ripple effect really easily. I'm going to bring the green back in now. A little heavier where it's supposed to be. Think about the ripple, the big ripple. So it's a little heavier right back in here. Ripples kind of, travel. So there's going to travel across this guy. Going to do the same almost right here on this boat. Now you see one over here. And now it's got to connect with this boat over here, this over on this side, those ripples. So these rings here. I'm even feeding green into the bottom of this boat here. Trying to get as much value in as I get it the right values by using the board itself. To get this underpainting done. And then bring it back little by little into the bottom here. I got all that purple in there. So I'm going to just change it to a little more green. But you can never get rid of all the purple. I don't want to. I just wanted to start it. Here we go. This brush is great for this kind of stuff. You can just see it just hold the line really nicely usually. This one is just on its last legs because it's starting to lose hairs in the top of the brush here. So if you do get these brushes, that's it. That's when it's time to go. I'm pushing it on this one because I don't want to change it in the middle. Okay, it's a little dark. Might just see about putting it in and toning that, like I was saying about the square here in the window. I'm going to tone it with this purple. Since I'm going right there, it's really a phthalo green. I have on my brush, but it's just so much alizarin going in. It's making it go all purple. So I'm just going now. I'm going to go back here. So I'm leave that purple. And I'm going to come back and just a little bit more on the green side. So this is phthalo green and
Jim,
alizarin.
can I ask a question, please?
Yes,
So I
please.
stepped out for a couple of minutes, but in the back, you are planning to box in the boats in the far?
Yeah, back here, right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm doing that right now. Just fact. Just
Okay.
just marking them in. What I was doing right in here. I am making this a little greener in the water here. This I'm doing the underneath the boat part right here, that shadow. And I'm just getting the reflection in the water basically with this color since I've been painting with phthalo green. But I had a lot of purple on my brush yet from mixing down in here. And it's just a value thing. It's just going to be nice. It's the right value for putting in this window here. So that's what I was thinking about. That's the only reason I was doing that. That's what you were asking. Is that not what you were asking?
Yeah, like the obscure part in the far, like, it
Over.
would, yeah, yeah. Would you leave it as a blocking and whatnot? But I'll
Yeah.
keep on following, but it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. There is going to be really soft. What I'm putting in even now, dark wise, that's pretty much as dark as they're going to get. Everything is going to go lighter from here on these boats. Everything else, we'll go a little. Should go lighter now. So I'll just fade out my brush a little bit. I'm going to put a little green even in this building back in here, just because I got to clean my brush out. Definitely, I can start to see that. I go, okay, this window could get a little green. It doesn't have to go full strength. It could be really close to what all I need for that window. I'm going to have, as you can tell, the suit decided to grow on me and decided it's going to break in here and break a few things here. So too bad. I shouldn't have gotten any love, but I gave it too much already. We'll see. We'll see at the end though. See if we can fix it. Since like I said, going through the colors, look for it. Phthalo green, definitely going to find that on the side. You're going to find it again in the bottom of these bumpers and things like that. That tells me a lot of things about my bumper, where my bumpers are going to be on this guy. This reflection here. So they got to be right above it. Or I got to move my reflection over. One or the other. He says this has slightly bit more arc. That's about it. Okay, we're going quick. Well, that's just 2 colors. 20 more to go. Okay. Let's get this phthalo green, oxide red, light oxide red. Sorry, light oxide red. That's what's going in here. I'm just on the green side. I'm going to start feeding it in this bottom of the boat reflection. That's an easy one. Usually that's how I start off. I want to start off with the easiest one, this one I can spot. That's going to just, feed right into things so I can speed things up. You can see that when I put it up here, you can definitely start to see that purple's coming out a little bit too purpley. I want to just change it to a little more green tone to it and get the stripe at the bottom of the boat where we can't see. It's reflecting in right in here. That helps. That's pretty good. Over here, that's not too bad. Warm green. Kind of always have a feel like just want to get it in there, and then the orange might pop out of this thing a little bit better. These aren't too bad. Not a whole lot more for this to go. Again, the suit, I can see a lot of purples and greens going in this suit. You know, that's, if you want to point it out, I might have not have done much with it. Now I'm screwed. Anyway, I still got all my real darks there. We're good. We're moving on. I don't think, well, I'm going to move to the red side of that color. So it's still right there. It's still oxide, light oxide red with a little phthalo green in it. Just a little strong there. Going to be sliding through this color pretty quickly. A lot of times in creases and things like that, you're going to find a lot of warmth. So maybe in these creases here, that neck, I think there's a, there's a little, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on that thing. Stuck on the stupidest thing, right? So. It's a little strong. Put it all in there. I'm just going to stop there with it. I don't think it's big spots. It's about done. So I'm going to move on to our killer colors, the blues and greens. Blues and greens. Let's see what the blue, I see the blue down in here pretty heavy. So just a little bit of oil in my brush, just grab the color. I want to really get it rich. So it's pure color, no white. Making sure I get all in the reflections a little bit at the bottom here. Just to really, this will help slow things down too by nibbling at these reflections that are there, but really making sure that you don't have straight lines down in here. You need jagged lines just to create space and to slow the eye, so it just doesn't zoom right past this area. It kind of slows everything down. And start to bring it in. Definitely can see in a lot of places, maybe more on the green side though. We will see. So just this basic, there's just a slight little arc at the bottom in the middle of this area right in here. Basically two of these things coming together, but it's making one arc. So I'm leaning on that. I'm just going to soften the edges. So there you go. And over here. A lot of times it's just knowing what's being reflected in reflections that can help you see what's going on and understanding what's what things are. So that's what I'm looking at now. Just
You're
going,
back and you're all wet.
yeah, I am
Oh,
wet.
sorry.
Big wet dog. Out of here.
There we go. So feed in that blue a little bit. Still, it's for full color, so it's all right. There's some really nice little waves going on right in here, right behind between the two boats, just past it. I just want to just lightly draw in a few of these things. Basically, they are all, one just arcs. They're arcs that kind of keep meet up. I mean, they're really connected from one spot to the across the other side. So might thin out things like that, but little things like that, a few little what's going on with them, it will help rate a little bit better color here. It'll feel a lot more realistic when you do it. At least believable. That's what we aim for. Just be a little believable. Anyway, I still got a little bit more blue here. This is really pretty thinned out. Just kind of getting a lot of that blue in there. Most of these boats back in here won't even be touched till we get to the next stage. Since I have just a little bit of blue on this brush, I want to just get this window here, just a touch more color into it. Just needs it there. Boat needs to. I need that to come back that way. Okay. Just gonna put a little bit of tone in the shadow side of this guy. On the green side, putting this stuff in, getting it ready for the next colors, the midtones. I guess, you know, a lot of times I kind of feel like I could have just used my, just went to the midtones and painted this. But then you really miss out a lot of color. And when you're working like this, it's just, you can't, you know, you don't want to miss out on that. That's the kind of the important thing. Yeah, it is important. These boats are just a little bit in space. I'm going to bring that phthalo green, blue, and alizarin, or blue, mix that in here a little bit. This color should start to fill in a lot of spots coming in here a little bit. And then the next color should probably fill in a lot more of the whatever, the midtones. So we get to the highlight. But we're getting there pretty quick. I'm not going to go too rich yet. I'm not going to go the oranges yet. Kind of holding off. This is blue and cad red light. This is on the blue side. It's very rich. It has just a little bit of opacity to it because of the cad red. But it still has the thinness of the blue. That's the thing about that blue is it's transparent. Okay. 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 I'm gonna pass this. Well, almost the same color as the other one. Feels a lot like it. All right. That is your darks. Should have the structure in on the painting. Should start to feel pretty good. Yeah, this thing probably could have went a little lower. Probably too high. Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna go through the midtones real quick. That should start to fill in a lot of blanks. And the highlights, basically, we'll see how far we can get on those. I'm going to start here again with the blue and cad red light. Just because we just came down with that color, I just want to just start with the midtones in it. and look for start putting it in the shadows again. I'm going to go a little light because it is just a little dark for where I'm going. But I can get it in there with just a light touch. I think I'm going to bring this top of that boat down too. Probably high on. Looks like I'm high on it. Should have gone just a little lighter, probably. Jump into the blue side just for this wetsuit, which makes no sense at all, but hey, for now. And the great thing about oils, if I don't like it at the end, I'll just get rid of it. You know? So that's one thing is I'm not going to spend a ton of time fixing it. See, as soon as you start to go with things with white in it, all of a sudden these simple little marks you made in the transparency stage are going to be smoothed out. So try not to get rid of all of them. It happens very quickly. I'm going to tone this area down a little bit. This boat. I'm going to put a little bit of this is a purple. This is oxide red, light and blue. Just start to get it in this buoy here, this bumper. That boat. Mostly on this side. This side has really can feel the purple in the bumpers and the shadow side here. This is going to tone this whole side of the boat down then. Even from the bottom here, I'm just going to start to tone it with this purple, probably maybe on the blue side too, a little bit more blue. No, that's not it. Now, hoping the glass though. There's just these mid marks here. These midtones here. I'm going to go back to the purple. I think I can get it into some of these boats here in the back. No, just a little too dark even for those. I'm going to move a little quicker now. Get into the water. Midtones here, the water. It's the green side too. I'm looking here. Yeah, a little bit too much. This might be better right on the edge of this boat into the water. Yeah, you can start to get, if you pull it out, You'll get some nice blends right into the other colors. This over here, just it's in here. It's just not quite this strength, but that's kind of cool. It's a nice spot. Probably going to go a little warmer too. So just a slight bit warmer. So let's see down in here. Get this going in with these purples. It should come out pretty good. Gonna overpaint into the boats a little bit and then come back and paint them in right, smooth them around. And every time I change, run out of paint and stuff, I do wipe off my brush just because I don't want to, take dirty paint and back into my paint. And this is where you're at, even at this point, you can start to get a lot of transparencies that are in the water. With these, just by the pureness of the first color we put in, and this one with just a little bit of white, you're getting a lot of, you're not losing the transparency all the way. That's what usually happens, and when you do that, it just gets a little flat when you go too fast. Okay. Like I said, this color's probably, you're going to find it back in here, a little bit more into the water, right on the edge, usually, the boats. A little more. I'm going to go to the blue side. This is the blue side of it. Just going to be a little more, basically the same value, just a little bit of blue, and just gives it enough light to feel a little bit, to get in here without being, keeping it subtle. The water subtle and the creases and everything in subtle. The ripples, creases, ripples. So you don't see too many lines. That's about it for the water there. This one, when this gets finished, putting in at least these areas right in here. Hopefully I'm just starting to cheat it over just a little bit more because of the light on this boat and stuff. I want to really just overlay that in this area in here, so it's not a big deal. And this one I should be able to get closer to. being finished. Could have been on the green side, but that's close enough. I don't think I said. No, not showing up. Okay. About it. Now, where else I was going to go with that? I already did this. This is what I was thinking, like these back boats would be behind this one row of boats here. Just a little blue gray back there. I'm gonna try and do well, not yet, not yet. I'm getting there. Sorry, talking to myself. I'm gonna clean out my brush and I'm gonna paint the sky in. You're gonna find out that most of this painting will start to take effect when I set everything down. I'm gonna start off with a little purple. These colors are basically cad red and blue, mostly blue, and white, mostly white. These are at the high key of threes, really high key. And the cooler areas, these will start to be in these sections here of the boats. I'm going to jump a little bit because I wanted to get this color back in here. I'm going to shrink my boat down here, this top here a little bit too. I am just a little too big. Shrink everything down a little bit on that. So this is the red side, and I'm putting it lower in the painting, and I'm going to come up with. And I'm going to take it right into the boats here, so I can. That'll be the shadow sides of most of the boats too. So goes right into this area here. I'm going to bring it about halfway up. Just past this building. Look at that beautiful building. Yeah, like I gave it way too much weight probably in the painting. I'm going to take it up, but I'm going to just go to blue now. Work some more blue side into it as I get up here. Leave the red-ish at the bottom. Take this all the way up. I did thin it out a little bit there, as you can tell, a little too thin because I didn't mix a ton of it. Should have mixed a little bit more. I wanted to speed this up, and sometimes just a little bit more oil will do that. Just want to get that in there for you. You're gonna find this color. Definitely can get into a lot of this blue, this reflective blue here of the sky can be in a lot of these boats back in here, these white boats, and even into this guy. Definitely into here. Okay, let's get the orange in. Well, yeah, I'm gonna ruin my brush and go with the oranges. I'm gonna go and put in the dark uh, brown first. I'm gonna switch over, cut over, and go to green and cad red. This is almost like a brown. I'm gonna put it in this one area here. Thinking about the shadow, how these shadows can kind of connect down below. You want to start off with it just this color, just on the. This is really even on the. What is a little bit more on the green side. So I'm going to just push the red side at the bottom of the shape here. Goes. Push the red back in. Maybe use that back in here a little bit, and for some of these other areas, it's getting done. I'm gonna work that in. Maybe you can start to mark these spots down in here in the reflective pool. This is, as you can tell, that's about right. That's almost perfect down there. That turned out a lot lighter than I was thinking was going to end up being. That one's a little dark, but okay. Anywhere else? There's that yellow boat. There's blue boat there. So a little touch of red into it. Okay. Now I'm just going to go to the orange. I'm going to go to the regular pile. Cad red and or cad orange and green. This is definitely on the orange side. And I'm really just going to see if I can just lightly go over this color and put it into place. At least get the orange into it a little bit stronger. Definitely, this is this color. You could definitely on the lighter spots down in here on the boat and the reflections. I'm gonna hit a little bit, especially in the back. Okay. I would clean my brush now. I'm just gonna go to a new one. Yeah, when my brush is full and my paint, smush it all around. Good clean one. I need a good clean one. This is not clean. It needs to be on the lighter side. And do these oranges. I'm gonna do this. Start doing these patches of light coming through. Just a touch of oil in my brush. Just barely touching oil, then grabbing paint. So I can get these daggers. Be clean. Almost too bright. I'm gonna make this one just a little bit bigger. Yeah. So that's the dark oranges. Still got to put in a lot of bumpers and things. Uh, I still got a little bit of orange on here. Uh, I could have put a little bit more color in these guys, but I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna go to some mid-tone purples and things like that here. Uh, this is phthalo green and alizarin. I'm gonna come back into this water here. Maybe on the greener side. Maybe it's this. Yeah, it has a lot more warmth. Too small a brush for what I need to do. So this is instead of this is light oxide red and phthalo green and white about a 7. This is the right in here, this water area here. It bumps around and comes out. Then after that, it has to go to a little lighter than that. This is cad red. phthalo green with white over on this side. So it's regular phthalo green on this side, a little warmer over on this side. A little. Just gonna hit these shadows a little bit and leave them alone. And I gotta clean them up with one more light blue when I get to it. Well, clean up the shape a little bit, so it's a little overpainted a little bit. Oh, I should have. Didn't use paint there. I just kind of used thinner, so it's going to run if I don't touch it. Okay. Well, we started getting in. Let's get the door in real quick. Now I'm going to be going my lighter colors. Finally. Well, let me see. There's some ochre here. You're going to find a lot of little ochre spots in these whites. This is a little bit strong. But I would say, you're going to find probably insides like all these boats in here back when you get back in here. A lot of be a little bit of ochre and a little bit of blue. All right, put this guy in like I mean it, and see how we're doing time wise. I'll get 20 minutes. Can I get this thing painted in 20 minutes? No. We'll try. Let me see if I got this blue right. Oh, close. Might be just a little too. It's dying down. It could go just a touch bluer. Maybe just a touch too much white. Okay, good enough. This is just blue and phthalo green and white to a 3. Just trying to look at this square here. And then I'll probably take this, let me see if this works. I could probably gonna have to have more white to it, make it work. This is the blue and white. Down here, just blue and white. Try not to go there too soon. That's the thing. Oh, got to do it. Got to get it up there. Okay. Thing with, when you start using these lighter colors, the blues and the white stuff, they are more opaque as you go. White is pretty much the most opaque color there is. So you do get to get a little more, it's a little easier. Get these shadows in. Okay, getting to the point now. We can start to work on the bottom of this boat. I'm making now we can probably lighten up a few of these other purples up here. This is the uh, yeah, cad red light and blue, but it's on the with a little bit on the red side, purple. Just a little too dark. And add some white to it. It is mid-tone 7, but I'm going to lighten it up to probably closer to 4, 6, or 4 or 5. Paint it in. And the straight up stroke I'm trying to do just straight up. Looks like I could go on the blue side for some of these other colors. A little lighter. That's the thing is you're going to have to make some of these mid tones just a little lighter for when you do get into these areas here. Definitely I'm going to have to work on the work on my drawing a little bit. I just kind of over painted that spot, didn't I? My oranges took them up. Okay. Come back with some white, yellow, or let's see, kind of pinkish back in here. See, I still gotta put in. That's going to be the highlight in this one area here. Following down this highlight here, this orange here, basically getting down in here, just giving it a little room and creating this little slash of light there. And that's where these two have to follow up a little bit too. Top of the roof here. Definitely go with a little bit bigger brush. Still going to use a synthetic. Don't know if I can't use that brush. It's just too dirty. Oh, either. So I'm going to put a little purple in there first. I'm going to go with the sky color purple. Or it might be me. I'm going to go this. Yeah, I'm going to go with this is phthalo green and alizarin with tons of white in it. I'm just going to run a little bit of this in here, really thin. Basically, I want to create some shape to this boat here is going to be a little boring before I put in the purple. So I'll just get a little color in there for the thing. I'm gonna see what I can do here. I got to put it in the yellow, but I'm gonna put in the pinks first. This is alizarin in white, mostly white. What I want to do is make this thing do a lot of work. This color, I want to make it, really shape this back edge, the nice clean mark, and then coming forward, doing it. You can see that color is really quite good for the high keyness of what we're going for. It's a lot of white, and I'm going to be using it mostly for this front edge here. What will really help set it off is the darkness of the red rim here. So it's not too bright, not too perfect. And then back in here, when I get farther back, I'm going to go with the CAD red version of it, because this is just a little bit, just a little different, a little warmer. Until the red boat gets a lot of love, where this other one's not going to get too much more. I mean, it's basically, that's really close to what it's going to end up being. Just a little cleaner put in. That's about it. Oh, got to put in that. And I'm just going to put in a little bit of the water back here for you. Because I don't, this boat here really doesn't get, I think it's a couple strokes cleaning and then putting in the buoys. I like to finish up the water because that'll really give you a better idea. Again, pretty much the colors we're going with here a little bit. Most of them are going to be back down in here. This is a phthalo green and alizarin on the green side. I kind of find that the green coming forward a little bit more than the purple. So I'm going to put that up closer towards us. It still has a lot of, feeling of purple in it showing through. It's coolness. And then when I get about, I got to put in all the balls yet, but those guys can go in. I don't need to, can pull up this stuff right into it pretty easily. As I get back here, about right past the boats back in here, I go to, basically I'm just going to switch it from the green side to the purple side of those colors. So when I get closer to the edge here, about, I can still where I need to make it just little marks and stuff. It'll cool off and fade back. A little bit too big a boat. I made that boat too big. So got to get in front of it a little bit. Oh, well, and then the last little thing, we're gonna put in that red line. It's close enough. It's gonna close. Just almost pure cad red, maybe into a little bit of the green, but mostly the cad red light. Just a touch of oil, grab the color. Come back here, right where the shadow is going to be. Right in here. Might come up. And then right here, when you come down in here, just right where the light shows through. Oh, a little heavy. Oh, that's way heavy. Anyway. All right, that's it for right now. Let's see what you guys have done. Little bit of a, much to paint today, but it's one of those ones that's kind of fun to paint. So I just like to, see these pieces come together. Might go with more of a red purple or something like that in the shadow areas down in here. Just more blue into it, basically. Okay, and I'll show you guys. You guys see what you guys have been doing. See if anybody has theirs finished. You are. You're not. You're going to be kicked out of class. You're never going to come back. Okay, I'll bring you in, and that's it. Just wanted to clean this edge up here. Sometimes I'll do it with a knife. Sometimes you just want to put it in with the brush as much as possible. You can start to see what the paint's starting to come along. It's still got I've got to fill in these spots here, but it's basically this color here. It's going to go in these spots, and that should do it. Just soften them up and create the things. I just got to get in, front of it a little bit more. Colors and stuff are going in pretty good. I don't mind those. So, the white, how white that is, and that's really pink. This one probably would be warmer in the ochre whites. That might even be too strong a pink, so it might have to, or too light. So I might have to tone that back down a little bit. I'll finish it up though. Okay, who we got here? We got Shelly, Noelle, Sarah, and Susan here. So we lost a few chickens. No one wants to show. Okay, who we got? We got Shelly. Did you paint? Yeah.
No, but I have a beautiful palette. I'm got to figure out some ways to catch up to you because I'm too slow. So I get to the point where we start, and I lay things in, but the colors aren't right. So I have to stop and do it tomorrow, kind of thing. So I'm still working it out.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, you just, you're real new anyway, so you understand.
Yeah.
It is all about the color, and you get the colors right. It really makes everything kind of go in nice and rich, and you don't muddy up things. That's the whole thing is you can get mud so easy with when they're just off a little bit.
I'm kind of astonished that I didn't touch phthalo green. I have a tube of it that I've had for like 2 years, and I never touched it because it was just so something.
Yeah.
And I'm
Powerful.
astonished at powerful is the word. Yes. I'm astonished at the colors that you are managing to get with so few pigments. And that's where the subtlety, I need to work on that subtlety and that combination because I'm not used to it. It's really cool. They're very, very rich.
Yeah. That's what I love about it. I mean, you can really get a lot of nice, interesting, cool colors that I just wasn't getting before. Everything was kind of bluish and kind of gray. Where you all of a sudden you put this cool green into it, and things just kind of takes it to a different place. It takes a little warmer and springier to it. There's a spring in its step. You know what I mean? So does lighten up my palette. Noelle, sorry. Noelle, let's see what you did. I know you were
didn't really do anything. I've spent the last few minutes just scraping all the paint off.
That's not fair.
I know. It's the first time I've painted anything that isn't a dog.
Oh,
I was trying to keep up, but
keeping up is one of the toughest things. So you don't have to.
I think I did all the darks too dark. Everything was way too dark, and then I started losing my drawing, and so
you wimped out and scraped it down.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You are gonna paint it? You're gonna try again?
I got this far, but I'm scraping it all back just to.
Oh man, that's pretty. Noelle, that's pretty cool.
That's really pretty.
That's really interesting.
It's a
I would just
beautiful
keep,
mess.
I would keep going with that. That's
Mhm.
fun. You know, take a
Well, it's-
breath. Just take a breath. Don't try to keep and look at it. And
But
just read-
I had done all the darks like really too solid, even though I
so
was
this
trying
is this is the scraped out version.
This is scraped off, yeah.
It's
I
cool.
mean, I left some of the dark stuff there, but yeah, now I've got to go through and put things in lighter and
Oh, your drawing ability of scraping it out looks neat. It's
Mhm.
really interesting. I've done paintings where I've that's my whites is what I scrape out.
yeah, I also it was toned, mine was toned so much darker than yours and
Yeah,
So-
that's because you're using regular canvas, right? You're not using what kind of canvas is you using?
a very cheap canvas.
Yeah, cheap canvases don't release the paint, or sometimes don't you know. So you do at some point you'll when you're ready to make a jump, you know, get a little bit better canvases, and they'll really take you to a different level pretty
Oh,
quickly.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
materials count.
Well, these were 6 of them for $6.99. So
You can't beat that, right? So you got to do 6 paintings and then go to
and
the
then-
go to
and
the
then
$12.99. Anyway, yeah. All right, Susan, did you paint?
I did. My
Yay!
perspective. Let's see. I don't know what you can see. My perspective's off, so I have to fix it. But I did get. Can you see it at all?
Yeah, we
There.
can. I can.
Okay. So I have to fix that and work on it. But I did get my palette, which takes a ton of work. Let's see. There it is. And I did get started. So I will work on that this week.
Your card colors look good though.
Oh, well, I actually ordered some of the CADs I didn't have.
Yeah.
And so that my colors last week were not coming up like yours. Even ones I had, some of them, I had one that was a student grade and it just threw it out because it's not even worth working with, you know.
You can never get it with a student grade. You can never get the color,
Can't
the
get
intensity.
color.
Yeah,
And that
you'll
was
ne-
the only one
even
I
with the
had
whole
was a
tube.
CAD red and I hadn't used it. I thought, well, I'll try it. Ooh, that was not going to work. So, but the Rembrandt CAD light I ordered that I just
Yeah.
got on my palette versus what I can see of yours, it looks a lot oranger. And yet it is CAD red light from Rembrandt.
Yeah, yeah. My that's what they all do.
Okay.
It is almost on the orange side,
Okay.
red, and but when it mixes, it really you can see the red come through, and it's really powerful. It's not weak. I mean, when you can really tint your colors really well with it quickly stuff. So
I have a lot of work to do this week because I have to do the dog from last week. So I have to get caught up. We were away
Wow.
last week, so I couldn't do any work. So
well, that's a good excuse. Good excuse. Yeah. No, you know,
Yeah.
these things are taped and everything, and so you can replay them as long as you need to. So
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
great. Does
Yeah.
does Zoom ever cut the recording off on you?
Not
Like,
really.
will it last for not
Well-
really? Okay.
Well, I put them on YouTube, and I make them
Okay.
only for you guys can see, and that way, you guys can always see them on YouTube as long as you want. I usually never shut them off,
Oh, okay.
so you can go back in a
Okay.
year or so and finish your painting.
Well, I don't want to wait that long and procrastinate, but I just wanted to know. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No worries. I'll give you as much time as you need. I'll just leave them up. I never take them down. I'm too lazy to
All
take
right.
them down.
Thanks.
So I'll just what I'm going to do on this one. Definitely just going to bring some light in here and work on this side. I'll finish it up and post it on the student site on Facebook, and I'll try to send it out with the recording for you guys so you can have both. Because I know some of you guys aren't on Facebook yet or don't want to do Facebook, which I understand mostly. So that's it for today.
James, one thing
Yeah, ma'am.
quickly.
Yeah.
If you can think of anything that any previews that would help me prepare ahead of time some things. For example, You laid out your paints, the ones that you're going to use for this painting. You laid them
Yeah.
out ahead of time. If you could send that with the picture or the photograph, then I
Sure.
can at least lay out those. I can't think of anything else that I can do to prepare to go, but
If
if
you
you could
want
do
to,
something like that, that'd be great.
you can always draw it in too. If you want to draw it in ahead of time.
Right, yeah.
I don't mind that. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I do have a lot of people who grit it out and do that, have to be that way. That's fine. I don't really care how you get it on there.
Okay.
So, there's, I have drawing skills I try to use, and I like keep it loose and go to tight. So that's the only reason I don't go, grit it out. But sometimes you need to. So it's not a big deal.
I think just that'll I think laying out the paint will help.
Okay. Yeah. And the thing about laying it out, lay it out the same way all the time. So you have this muscle memory of where things are and stuff. So that's my palette hasn't changed in years. So
Are
I
you
know-
using the same paints this time that you used for the dog last week?
Yeah. Yeah. And they never change.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
No, they never
I
change.
thought that, okay, okay. Oh, that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
I mean, the mixes are pretty simple. They're either going to be phthalo green and alizarin, going to be phthalo green and probably oxide red. It's going to be phthalo green mixed in with a lot of the reds, and then blues mixed in with some of the reds. That's usually my darks and midtones, and then you got the specialty colors of what the color, the special thing in the painting that's going to pop, like this orange and stuff. You got to mix those things up.
Yeah, yeah. I think the where I slowed down is the mixing of it to try and get the right color. So, knowing that you're doing the same thing every week, I'm gonna try and figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your Facebook group?
We got a private group. I can send you a link to it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Susan and
Shelley.
Shelley. So is it Shelley?
Yes, please.
It's Shelley, not
Yep.
Shelley.
Yep.
Shelley. I like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Sarah, did I see you?
No, no. Can I show you mine real quick?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sarah. I didn't see you on there. I got a lot of. Sorry, my fault.
You're fine.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Whoa, cool.
Beautiful.
Sarah, man.
Very cool. Wow.
Look at you got that blue in there, beautiful. You got that blue and that orange. They're gonna just rock.
Yeah.
Good job on the water at the bottom already. I mean, you
Yeah.
haven't done hardly anything on that. You can just see how they just kind of blend together. It's not about how many strokes you put in, just getting the two to blend together slightly and leaving it and going on. Yeah, I mean, you got the structure of the whole thing really quick. Nice. And look at the size of that wetsuit back there. That's the right size. I got a giant, and yours is the right size. Congrats.
Thank you.
And getting the colors back there. Yeah, you can already feel this painting coming to life. You got the sky in too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I could tell.
Hello.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, you're getting to the rich colors now. You can just starting to see how rich it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Good job on that. I mean, just that little splash of blue in between the boats. Boy, that just shines. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Really nice. Congrats. That's going to be nice.
Thank you.
Another nice one to get kicked off the island for.
Thank you.
Nice. No, I'm sorry. I kind of missed you and was there. I don't know.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'm at the end. Okay.
No problem. This thing just jumps around sometimes when people talk. They go up to the top, and you don't talk.
No.
No, you're quiet. You're a quiet one, but that's a heck of a start. Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
Okay.
James, I have a couple questions.
Okay, only a couple.
How do you know if your paint is student grade?
Oh gosh. What kind do you have?
Oh, well, I buy them all at garage sales, so I have a whole bunch of things.
It's hard to tell. Paint manufacturers go different from everyone.
Does every manufacturer do two different types of like levels of paint?
A lot of times they do. A lot of
Do
times
they change their name? Like does Rembrandt go by something else?
Rembrandt goes by, Van Gogh.
Okay.
Which isn't too bad a paint, really. It's pretty good paint. You could go with student grade. Student grade's not that bad for the dirt colors, the burnt umbers, burnt siennas, anything with the little ochres and stuff like that. That's fine. I mean, just when you need to go to the cadmiums, I would say get good ones. Get good ones. Get the Rembrandt ones, the cadmium lights and stuff. They make a difference because they do have a lot more pigment in them, and that'll carry off into the dark. The other ones. So the other ones are just made of dirt, and those materials are pretty cheap.
What about like Winsor Newton or Winton?
Winton's? Yeah, Winton's not too bad either, but Winsor Newton's the real color, and Winton is the student grade, which
Okay.
isn't, like I
Yeah.
said, it's only in the CADs. I'd say you need really good paint.
Okay.
White is
Yeah,
And
white.
then how do you clean your brushes?
I just clean them with baby oil.
And do they get all the way clean or do they stay phthalo green?
Yeah, they stay phthalo green. There is a tinge of green to them. I just try to get it out of there, but you're gonna get nothing you can do with that. It's a nice strong staining color, isn't it? So
Noel?
and do not paint with the baby oil though. You're in trouble.
Noel, Gamblin's 1980, they're student grade.
Okay. Thank you. I have a lot of that.
That's, like I said, just mix them in, use them up, and as you get, that's good. You're just starting out. She's only painted like 5 paintings now, so
You're
Right.
discounting me. This will be my ninth,
okay, her 9th painting.
including the 3 we did in your workshop.
Okay, so yeah, as you use the colors up, just replace them with better colors, and that's okay. You just got to, it's at the beginning stage. You just want to paint.
Right.
And you can get good paintings with student grade paints. I mean, you can. It's not a big. It's just sometimes they just don't have the richness sometimes of these other ones. So just find the CADs, add some CADs in there that are good ones, and you'll be fine.
So, and
Yeah,
also
make a
for
difference.
brushes, I've noticed my flat brushes I have, when I turn them sideways, they're very wide. They're thick, so they're probably not very good quality. So I
Yeah,
can't get a good straight line with them.
when they get to that point, they are pretty much around
Yeah.
rounds and stuff.
Is there a
Yeah,
brand of brushes that you like?
Oh yeah, if you're gonna go, you want to really change. You want to get sharp edges, clean edges. I'd say you can go with Rosemary's are the best.
Okay, I've heard about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rosemary's are the best. And you can, you got to send away for those guys to get them. I get them out of a place in Minnesota, and they do a good job of, sending them out, and value wise, one of the better prices out there. You're getting them from England, where they come from. It takes forever.
So expensive.
Yeah, and they're a little expensive now too. They are expensive. I do have. I can, if you're not, you don't have to go there, because one of the things about brushes, the small brushes they wear out badly no matter who makes them. So I go with a lot of cheaper ones. Jerry's Artorama has a lot of different nice brushes to use that are just they make, and they have some really good ones. They're just like these Pro Cryals, they're called. They make a nice synthetic, and they're also the Pro Strokes. They're a nice bristle brush. So that's
Okay.
Jerry's Artorama, and they're great prices. I just buy the little sets of them instead of buying singles and stuff too. So,
Sure.
all right.
And
That's
what are we
just-
painting next week?
Well, we painted water. We got a landscape coming up, probably with an animal in it. What do you guys want to paint animal wise? Anything special I can look for?
Deer.
Oh, yeah. I do have elk. Does that work too?
Yeah.
Deer,
Anything
elk.
deer.
Deer,
Or
elk,
rabbits.
a rabbit.
They're my favorite animals.
Oh, okay, rabbits and deer together. Bambi. We'll do a Bambi one. Okay, it looked just like
All right.
Walt Disney when we're done. All right. Let me definitely. I have stuff in those categories, or one of the. I mean, you can do. We can probably flip them for the weeks too. Do a few weeks out of that, because I do have. We got to do a snow one, and I do have a really cool rabbit in snow. That'd be kind of fun to do.
Oh, fun.
So white on white, which is really tough, but we could have fun. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
guys, thanks for joining. Any more questions?
No.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Have a good week.
All
Bye-bye.
right, guys. Have a great week and everything.
Thank
Bye.
you.